Have you or any family member been the victim of a scam? Have any of your friends been scammed? Do you know anyone personally, like maybe a neighbor, an acquaintance, or a coworker who's been scammed? Well, even if you said no to all of those questions, most likely you have read articles or seen on TV news or social media about others who have been scammed. Scams and scammers of all kinds have been around for decades. Technology and social media has evolved, making it easier for scammers to contact their victims. Scam baiters have been working for years to fight against the scammers with a number of goals in mind. 1, to occupy their time so they have less time to get to potential victims. 2, to get the call centers shut down. 3, to educate others on how scammers operate and the warning signs to look out for. 4, encourage companies and businesses to advertise for their customers that scammers are using them. And 5, for the scam baiters who are more advanced in computers and have the ability to connect to the scammer's computer and locate and copy files that will give them access to the victims that the scammer is trying to get to or has already reached. And that way they're obtaining data that can be used to help victims and provide that information to police or other law enforcement agencies. That, of course, is a skill that not many scam baiters have, but the ones who do, it's a great service. We have seen the number of scam baiters increase by leaps and bounds in the past year or so. And for scam baiters who are doing it for the goals that were mentioned previously, then there is a difference being made. It may not be as much as we would like, but we are making progress. But is it making enough of a difference? There are ways that everyone can help out, even if you're not a quote-unquote scam baiter, you can help. And this video is going to take a look at how the information is getting out there, the different sources that people have to go to for more information, and a look at what you can do to help out in getting the word to everyone so we can help reduce the number of victims that we have. So let's take a look. TV news channels are airing more segments about scammers and the victims they have stolen from. Victims who have lost their life savings, been frightened into suffering major medical problems like heart attacks, and even driven some to suicide.
I got a phone call from someone who purported to be my grandson, sounded exactly like him, and had some trouble and needed some money.
Hi, I'm Andrea Avery, United States Postal Inspector. This woman was targeted in what we call the Grandparent Scam. Scams that ask for money immediately can be stopped just by telling the person to wait and you'll call them back. And check with a family member. Often, your grandchild isn't even out of town. Don't fall for it. Learn more about scams at uspis.gov.
All right, we have a warning for you tonight. Keep an eye out for fake emails and texts that look like they're coming from the Postal Service. Scammers are sending messages asking people to click a link or download an attachment to confirm their delivery information. Now, that link then activates a virus that has the ability to steal your passwords and financial information. The Postal Service, a reminder, will never send emails or a text about unclaimed packages.
According to AARP, which is an organization in the United States for senior citizens or people over the age of 55, gift cards and reload cards are among the top methods used by victims to send funds to fraudsters. Nearly 1 in 3 adults, 31%, said they or someone they know had been asked at some point to purchase a gift card to pay a bill, a fee, or some other debt or obligation, or to claim a prize. Of those who were asked to buy a card for one of these reasons, more than 1 in 10, 11%, complied. The AARP's website is a great resource for senior citizens where they can obtain a lot of information about scams, scammers, tips for what they can look out for, and they also have a group called the Fraud Watch Network and an 800 number for anyone to report scams that they know about in their area. Links to the AARP website and information for the Fraud Watch Network is available in the description box below. With all this being said, it does show that senior citizens are a large target for the scammers. So it makes it important that we look out for our seniors, whether it's within your family or neighbors or friends, and also our senior centers, so we can help to protect our senior citizens and prevent them from being frightened or losing their life savings. Since last year, the FBI has been airing a commercial or public service announcement that talks about the scammers and the scams when they are pretending to be government officials.
Fraudsters use many schemes to scam people out of their hard-earned money. One of those scams is through the purchase of gift cards. If someone asks you to purchase gift cards and then provide the redemption codes to them, it is likely a scam. The fraudsters use those funds to purchase goods and services which may or may not be legitimate, and you will likely never get reimbursed for those gift cards. Sometimes the criminals even claim to be law enforcement officials demanding payment or gift cards. Law enforcement will never demand or ask for payment. If you have fallen victim to a scam, please report it to the FBI at ic3.gov. This information will help investigate these criminals.
On the FBI website, which is www.fbi.gov, there is information about scams and scammers, but you have to do a specific search for it. It's not readily viewable on the main page. In the description below, there is a link to www.fbi.gov/scams-and-safety. Going to this link, you will get a list of all the news releases to specific cities and states that have scams occurring. On the SSA website, again, like the FBI, there is information about frauds and scams, but it's not readily viewable unless you scroll to the bottom of the main page and click on Fraud Prevention and Reporting. Once you click on that tab, it opens to the fraud information. There is a video that talks about the scam phone calls that people receive, but as far as I know, it has not been aired on television. So the only way you would get that video is to go to that link, or it is also available on YouTube.
I'm Andrew Saul, Commissioner of Social Security. I'm here to warn you about telephone scammers pretending to be government employees. Some of these scammers may say threatening things like you will be arrested if you don't make payments or provide personal information. Do not fall for these tricks. These calls are not from us. Real Social Security employees will never threaten you for information or money. If you receive a call like this, hang up. Never give the caller your personal information, like your Social Security number or bank account, or send money in any form, cash, gift cards, wire transfers, or prepaid debit cards. Report the call to our law enforcement arm, the Office of the Inspector General, at oig.ssa.gov. Share this information with your friends and family.
If you need to report a scam, there is a website link in the description below. That's oig.ssa.gov/report. When you call the real SSA office phone number, there is a recording that talks about the SSA scam calls that you may receive. However, it's not the first thing that you hear when the call is picked up. But if you listen through the recording a little ways, you will hear this message.
Please be aware of intimate individuals impersonating Social Security employees over the phone. If you suspect you have received a scam call, you should report the details of the call to the Office of the Inspector General online at oig.fsa.gov/report.
The FTC website also has a lot of information about scams, but like the other websites, it does take several steps to locate the information. On the main page, if you click on the tips and advice, then down in the For Consumers, clicking the link Scam Alerts will take you to a page that shows information about avoiding and reporting scams. The FTC website also has signs and cards that are printable. If you have the means and financially able to print them out, then you can use these to provide to stores or community centers, senior citizen centers, or at your place of work if you obtain permission to do so first. In the description box below, there is a link to these sample cards. In the irs.gov website, on the home page, you have to click on News, and then you get a list on the side with Tax Scams Consumer Alerts. Then it has a list of the info about scams. As we can see, it's true that the government and other company websites are providing information about scams and scammers and fraud, but it's not something that you would see as soon as you go to that website. So that's another way that we can help. If you have connection with any of the public figures in your community, or if you know someone who has connections with them, that is a way that you can help. Let them know that it would really help provide that information to the victims or potential victims so that everyone is aware as soon as they go to a website what they can look for, and they don't have to scroll all the way to the bottom or do a search. A lot of people need something that's readily available and don't have the time, the skill, or the motivation to take the longer process of finding that information. I hope this video has helped to show that things are being done by organizations, the government, and other businesses, but more can be done. And for those of you who are frustrated, angry, didn't know what to do, but wanted to help, I hope this has provided you some ideas of what you can do to help. And I hope it has also shown you that you don't have to be a quote-unquote scam baiter doing calls or having a YouTube channel to help. You can do other things that will help your family, your friends, and other people from becoming victims. Just to recap, you can share videos or articles or social media information that you see. Share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, and let them know what resources are available to them if they want more information, and what they need to look for that are warning signs of a possible scam. You can also, if you have the ability and financial means, you can print out some of the signs that were provided and hand them out to your neighborhood, community centers, senior centers, your workplace, if it's allowed, and that's a way of getting the word out. And if you're not able to make signs or print them out, you can still talk to the manager at your store or banks or other financial institutions and let them know about displaying warning signs about scammers. And of course, if you watch any videos that give you information, are helpful and easy to understand, and you think that it would also be helpful to your family, friends, neighbors, pass those along. Share the information. I know that we're never going to get rid of scams completely. There are always going to be scammers of one kind or another. But with all of us working together, getting the word out there, letting people know what to look for, I know that we can really reduce the number of people who are becoming victims. And that is the ultimate goal. Again, all of the links mentioned in this video are in the description below. I also encourage you, if you know of other ways that would help get the word out, or things you may have done that were very helpful, or any concerns that you have that maybe someone else can help you with, please leave a comment so we can all share and work together. Thank you for watching the video, and I appreciate all the support that you give, not only to my channel, but to all channels that are getting the word out there and helping to expose scammers. Have a wonderful day.